Hi pet lovers, thank you for joining Gina's grooming channel. Today we're going to be doing a walkthrough on fixing home-groomed bangs, and our model for this is Bailey. He is a standard poodle, and let's bring up a picture of Bailey, how he normally looks, right? His ideal look. Okay, so he's a short-coated all over, he gets clean feet, clean face, he gets this nice little boof, so a rounded top knot, right? And long puffy ears. That's his normal look. But what happened is his owner, and this is a no judgment channel, a lot of owners do the same thing, whether or not it's a poodle or any of our visor dogs, right? Our Shih Tzus or Malteses that we're giving puppy cuts to. And they have this visor. A lot of owners go ahead and will cut right through the middle. So let's take a look at what Bailey looks like right now when he came in. And we're going to go ahead and show you how to fix it. Now, when I say fix it, we're going to go ahead and create some illusions around it to kind of shape it and make it look like, so it's not so out of balance as it looks right now. But obviously there are no doggy hair extensions in the world, at least not yet. So once that hair is cut, we really can't do much about it. We're just going to do the best that we can and try to balance it out, knowing that with most dogs, they, especially poodles, will have a visor or some kind of like a little hang through, right? A gentle curve over their, where their bangs and visor is. And so when you go ahead and cut that right in the middle, and let me tell you, about 9 out of 10 of all customers who do home-groomed bangs will do the same exact thing. They'll just cut right up to the top there. And so as groomers, I mean, again, no big deal in terms of, you're walking down the street, you do this to your own dog. But as professional groomers, we have some standards that we have to live up to. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create some illusions to fix this. All right, what we got is Bailey. This is let's take a look again at what we're working with. Okay, so chopped right through the middle, kind of almost up to here. So doesn't look like there's much hope at this point, but do not lose hope. We can definitely make him look adorable. Again, not with that perfect poodle poof, or if he was a Shih Tzu or a Maltese or any puppy cuts with a visor. Again, we kind of would do the same technique of what we're doing with Bailey here. Again, with some variations because he is a standard poodle. And with standard poodles, not all standard poodles get a clean face or a shaved face, but Bailey certainly does. And that's what I'm going to do in a pre-bath environment. So I'm taking a look at Bailey, and I did a video about pre-clipping, and so I'm going to go ahead and pre-clip Bailey because there was a lot of hair, especially around the face, that I don't want to go ahead and take that time to dry. Okay, so making sure I'm safely going ahead around his mouth in the right direction with my clippers. I do between a 10 and a 30, usually for my clean faces. Okay, and then I'm going to do a pre-brush. So anytime I have a coated dog with any substantial coat, right, I'm going to go ahead and try to brush them out, especially poodles. But let's take a look at that. Yeah, he's got like a halo, if you will. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead, put him in the bath and dry him. And now here we go, fluffing him out. Usually when you're working with poodles and you are fluff drying them, right, I have a stand dryer on him right now. We're usually fluffing right from the top and from the front. But we don't have any more hair there. So now what I'm going to do is first do the sides of the poodle, right? So I'm going to go ahead and trim down the sides before working on the entire top knot and the head. And really the same principle, even if you don't have a poodle or you're not working with a poodle, is basically to minimize that short part that was cut, right, and blend everything together. So that's what we are doing. And with a poodle, I'm going to start on the sides because basically where we did that clean face, right, is the corner of the eye to the bell of the ear, is how it was taught to me, right? And then anything above that is going to taper up slowly into that arced curve, that rounded curve for our standard poodles. Okay, so did one side. Gonna go around to the other side. Alrighty, brushing down, making sure that I get that really nice, so where that shave comes into the coat on the head. Now again, if you're working with, let's say, a Shih Tzu or a Havanese, or any of our coated breeds that we give puppy cuts to, we're not going to have that shave into the head. We're actually going to be blending that through. But the principle still remains the same, is that we've got this short patch here. So we're going to go ahead and start working around that and start cutting down that tree, if you will, and see what we need to do to make that look in balance. Okay, still working on his right side. Taking a look and seeing what we're about to do for his dome, so for his top knot. For our coated dogs that are not poodles, We can absolutely scissor that head. A lot of times what you'll see, we can go a little shorter with some of our puppy cut breeds. So I will usually take maybe an A, sometimes a 0 moving forward on the head. But with poodles, we got to scissor all of this. And since we've got what I'm going to say, no judgments again on this channel, no judgments, but we've got a flaw, right, that we're trying to fix, and that's that home-groomed bang part. We just have to keep kind of cutting around it, seeing what works. Now, he's not looking that good right now, and I see that for sure. And it's really just kind of keeping it going. Now, while I'm working on him, I do want like a note. So I did release a video on keeping your poodle's bangs maintained. So maintaining your poodle's bangs in between grooming visits. And for poodle owners, definitely watch that so you can kind of see where the right place is to cut around your dog's bangs so that you don't create this surprised expression. And I actually talk about that in that video. So trimming around your poodle's bangs. And also, if you are not a poodle owner, you can go ahead and watch trimming around your dog's eyes. That includes a little bit around the visor, so you can see what you need to do to trim around a dog's eyes. There we have a little mix, but she looks a little like a Shih Tzu Terrier mix, so it really fits into that category of dogs with that visor and bang, right, but don't have this poodly, big bouffant Topknot. Okay, I am bringing out my 10-inch curved scissors. This I find really good to do when I'm working with large dogs and doing a lot of scissoring. And for any people watching that are practicing their scissoring, you want to make sure that you don't really stick your thumb into the scissor hole, right? You're just going to be moving your thumb blade, keeping your other blade very still. Okay, when you're doing any kind of scissoring and sculpting work, that's what you're trying to achieve. Okay, Bailey's kind of coming together a little bit, as you can see. Still got a little bit of that flat top. There is nothing that we can do about that. So you just kind of have to accept it, talk to the client, have a lot of communication. Okay, working on that big back camel, I guess, humpback piece. We want to make sure that that is taken care of. Okay, going through that. Alrighty, and then I take my thinners and I go ahead and thin out some of those parts that's going to be blending into that really short coat. So just for you aspiring groomers out there, I took Bailey with a number 5 on his body and clean feet, clean face. But to transition a Topknot or even a pet poodle occiput, you sometimes want to go ahead, take out your thinners and blend that. Okay, taking a look at Bailey, still making cuts. You know, as a groomer, yes, you are a perfectionist and you're trying to get perfection. But not in all situations are you going to be able to do that. And as you can see, as I'm working with Bailey, where he kind of looked like a little bit hopeless in the beginning, it's starting to form through. Just takes a little bit of patience. And like I said, don't lose faith. Make sure that you know that you can fix it. Make it look a little better. And next time, obviously, he'll grow out and hopefully he won't go so long so that mommy knows that she doesn't have to take him and kind of do a little home groom on his bangs. Okay, final little checks, and you'll see with poodles, we always kind of floof up. Okay, and then you guys will see I do a little variety of my scissors. I'll sometimes use detail scissors, sometimes use my ones with the 3 fingers for a little more stability, sometimes use my 10.5 curves for the big scissors. These are my Guy Avantis, 8.5 curved shears, very fine scissoring. So it's interesting when you're working with poodles, you kind of skip around and you find the things that really work. But here I'm back to my 48 tooth thinners. Those are also Guy Avantis, and really trying to get that transition line of where his bigger head comes in to a very short body. We don't want it to just be like a boop. We want it, at least for me, I have seen some groomers that kind of do a little bit of a ledge, but I like to go ahead and blend it in as best I can. Oh, there's a beautiful boy. Let's take a look at how he looks. Looks good, short body, obviously, you know, home-groomed bangs, but we fixed it up, gave him some balance, which was the important thing. So the takeaway for this lesson today and discussion is do not lose faith, do not lose hope. Don't be a perfectionist. Know your limitations of what you're going to be able to do with hair that's already cut, right? We can't glue it back on. So what we need to look at is illusions and going ahead and trying to create a pretty silhouette around maybe what we're going to call a fault or a flaw. And then obviously educating with no judgments the owners that next time if they want to go ahead and clean up around their bangs, maybe tune into Gina's grooming channel, check out some of our trimming around your poodle's eyes and trimming around a dog's eyes videos. Hopefully that can help you do probably a little less of a flawed job on that. Again, no judgments, but anyway, just wanted to put it out there for you guys so you can see how to work with home-groomed bangs. Well, all right, guys, that's about it. If you like this video, thanks for clicking that thumbs up. We appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you soon.